How do I protect my house during probate? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. So, what do I mean? How do I protect my house? What's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is that you could lose your house. How could that happen? Well, if you owe money on it and you don't keep up the payments, the mortgage, or somebody doesn't keep up the payments of the mortgage, the bank's going to come and take it, and very well might take it before the probate process is finished. So, how do I protect my house during the probate process? Well, the simple answer is don't have your house go through the probate process. In other words, you might want to consider using a revocable living trust and putting your house in the trust. That way, the trust owns the house, and upon your death, you stop being the trustee and or beneficiary of the trust, and your successor trustee takes over. Now, they still have to maintain the payments from that point on, so you need to consider that in your planning. But at least in that case, you're not waiting on the probate process. So, how do people get in trouble here if they don't have a trust? Well, the first thing is they get behind on their mortgage, or the folks who are stand to inherit the house at the end of the probate process, they don't have the resources and the money to keep the mortgage up to date. So what can you do? Well, you might want to consider mortgage insurance. Okay, if you can get mortgage insurance, that way, if you die, that policy pays off and pays off the mortgage, and so you're not in danger of losing the house. Okay, or you may want to make sure that you have liquid assets available to the estate so that the estate can continue to pay the mortgage while the probate is pending, and then the estate gets reimbursed, or the individual being paying those mortgage payments gets reimbursed by the estate. Okay. Lastly, hopefully pay off your mortgage before you die. That's another simple solution, but we don't always have the advantage of that planning feature. So anyway, there's a couple of ways to handle this. Don't let it, go sideways on you and lose the house like I've seen some clients sadly experience. If you have any questions about how to protect your house during the probate process, our information is at the end of this video, and we'd love to have an opportunity to chat. Again, my name is Neil Tyra. I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me.